crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new, thank you for joining us. We are going to sew in the signature of our bee journal today, and I'm going to start decorating a little bit. I got the lace done up and I finished it up, put our ties on, got the cover, and it's on there pretty good. So what I was going to show you is, if you'll see how like I've got the journal signature right up against the spine. So how I do that, and some people use a book cradle, but I just take good old force of my fingers and I'll pinch it and push it down, and I'll take these clips and I'll clip them on there, and then I'll go to the other side, and then see, I'll take and push it signature up to the spine, and I'll put the clip on it, and then I'll go to the other side and I'll gather it up again, make sure the signature is up against the spine, and I'll put my clip on it, and then I'll go back to the other side. So what you do is you start on one corner and go to the other corner, and you zigzag. So that way you make sure that your signature is up against that spine. There's no gap. And you hold your paper, and I'll take and put a little bend on it, and I'll take my clip, pinch it down on my paper, and flop it over. And I didn't use that that paper hole punch that I showed in a couple of videos ago. I found it on let me get it. I found it on Amazon. It is a We Are Memories Keeper book binding tool. Looks like this. Yeah, so it's it says We Are Memories Keeper right here. So but I did not use that this time, which if I had, it probably would have took me another 30 minutes, because you have to you can't poke all the way through, you know, the whole journal. You'll have to do like the cover, 2 or 3 sheets, 2 or 3 sheets, 2 or 3 sheets, and you have to take this off and on every time. So I was not wanting to do that tonight, which, you know, my hands aren't hurting too bad today. So I said, well, I'm gonna go on ahead, and like I said, I've got this mat here, and I took my awl. Now you can do this on have you like a stack of book pages, poke it through. I just did it on this gluing mat, you know. So I took right in the middle, and I poked it in. I folded my paper, and I come out the side, and I wiggled it a little bit, because you're going through 2 envelopes, 2 of those office envelopes. So I took it out, stood it back up, held it together, come in about an inch from the top. You can see I'm about an inch from the top here. Stuck it through, and I stuck it all the way through, and I'm wiggling it. So I'm going to pull that out with it folded. I'm going to stand it back up. I'm going to flip it around so you can see it. Took about an inch from the top, right here, an inch from the top. I'm going to stick down in there. Ooh, that one went through pretty good. Stick it through with it folded. Pull it out. Now see, you'll need to use something that, you know, like I said, this is a gluing mat, so I'm not too particular about it. If you've got a high price glue mat, don't do that on it. You can do it on a stack of you know, just the old book pages, old book. Get you one of those cork, they have the round corks that go in like a jar stopper. Get you one of those. Those are great, easy. You can find them at the Dollar Tree. All right, so what I'm gonna do, And I did check and make sure that my pages were all the right way, you know, facing up before I pinched it on there. So make sure you double check that all your pages are facing the right way in your journal before you pin them to it. Because I have sewn a few books where, you know, I was like, oh man, I got that in there too quick. You know why? Because the pages were upside down. All right, so I've got a few of these. It's going to be a crinkle mess, but these different coated wax covered yarns. Remember I showed you guys those in a same video as I showed that that bookbinding kit tool. And on this bookbinding kit, like I said, you can take it apart, and it has the holes where if you line up your pages at the top here, then you just poke, and then you'll have, I said to take and put a Sharpie color coded, you know, like the size of the book. You do different sizes. They have A4, A5. I think those are like 5x7 books. So I did a 5x7 book last time and I marked it. But you can take your Sharpie and highlight your little holes and put you a color-coded card down the side of it with what color is what hole for what journal size. So you'll take your wax. You want to get wax covered yarn, because if you just get, you know, just regular yarn, see that's going to fray. See the fuzz on it? That will fray. So, and that's liable to break. So you get wax covered yarn, and that kit that I got with all of those different covered yarns was like, I want to say maybe at the most 25 bucks, and it came with 2 or 3 wood handled awls. It come with the needles that where you can do it with leather, and one awl is for use of leather. Now you could have used that to go through this, and it's got like the curved needle, and that would have made it easier to go around and bring your yarn over the top of it if you wanted to do like the leather stitch around your book cover. That would be pretty. All right, so you go 1, 2, 3 times the length, and I always do a half of a length just to make sure I got room. So you're going to take your needle, you're going to go through the middle from the inside to the outside, and I may have to poke this again. Nope. All right, and you're going to take your loose tail, you're going to hold it over here to the side. Alright, and I usually go to the bottom end. Just, I don't know why, I just do. So you go on the outside, and then you'll bring your needle back up through the middle on the bottom end. And then I go, now the reason why you want to hold this thread, I'm going to get a hold of it with my non-gripping fingers here. So you see that where the hole is, you want to hold it off to the side, take your needle and go not through the middle of it. Make sure you do not pierce that thread. That's why you want to get a good hold on it. Let me see if I can't do that real quick and get this ribbon out of my way. So usually what I'll do is I'll take that long piece, the left to tie, and I'll pull it straight down, and I'll put my needle back through. And these are blunt end needles, they aren't sharp. And then see, that way I'll come right out beside my yarn. So then see, you can see the yarn here. So then when I pull my needle threaded, you can tighten that up. So that way you know that you didn't pierce that yarn. So then your journal, when you go to tie it on the inside, it will tighten up. And I honestly thought about, and I'm going to go up here to the top. I really did think about doing this and tying it on the outside where my strings would dangle from here, because I am going to put these bee put these bee charms on here. Now, why did you want to go in there, buddy? Oh, you want to go sideways. I see what you want to do. Alrighty. Now you're going to give me a fit. Give me my pokey tool. We're going to poke you back in there. I may have scooted it down just a hair. Alright. So, we're going to go back on the outside through to the inside. I know these ribbons are all in the way, and you're going to pull it straight up. Okay, so then you'll take your piece that you didn't have threaded. You're going to check your outside. See, you can loosen it and pull it. So then we're going to take and we're going to go underneath this bottom thread on the inside here, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to even this up. And see, right now, you know, it can move freely. So when I tighten this up and I tie a knot in it, that way I know I did not pierce my thread. And the reason why you go on the opposite side of this is so you can tie a knot in it and it's going to be tight. So I think I'm going to go on ahead. I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to check the outside of my thread because I'm not covering this. So I need to make sure that thread on the outside is good and tight. And you want to pull it tight. Don't break your paper though. Make sure your yarn's good and tight. Oh, this thing don't want to flip with me. Yeah, that's pretty tight. So then I'm just going to take and I'm going to double knot it. And I know I'm making this look just a hair more difficult because, like I said, you know, my fingers don't want to, they don't want to bend and tighten and grab and hold and, you know, do all the things your normal fingers are supposed to do. So I'm going to put one more little knot piece in there. So I always do like 3 just for good measure. Because it is waxed yarn, it may slip and slide with you. Alright, so then I'm going to have my dangles hang down here. And I'm going to leave them that long until I decide, you know, because normally I'll hang my charms about 1 inch from the bottom of it. So if you can see that knot right there in the middle, and then look, our outside is tightened up. So that we sewed our signature in, y'all. So now guess what now? Now we get to decorate it. Yay, buddy. We get to decorate it. So then I don't take these clips off until I get that 3rd knot put on there. Because that'll slip on you. But I like that wax thread. Like I said, I got that off of Amazon. I cannot remember the code number for it. I'm sorry, y'all. But I do want to say it was around $20 or $25 for that. Okay. And I think that is going to be pretty, y'all. Look at it. So, flip it open. See, you got the lace alternating on the pages. I'm going to pull that down to the bottom because I've got the little bling that I want to put on here and I want it to hang down. I was actually thinking maybe you could take and leave a long one and then put it to where like you're holding your place. You know what I'm saying? Like in your journal. But I don't think that's going to work the way I'm thinking about it. So I'm just going to leave that long right now. Yep, that's gonna work. I love it. Okay, so now, first thing I want to do, I gotta get me some pockets. We're not gonna get everything done in this video, but I wanted to get the signatures sewed in and show you all again how to do that. Because I did have a few little questions about, you know, and that is called the 3-hole pamphlet stitch method. So I'm just putting this stuff back over here before I knock it off my little wood cart and have a bigger commotion than what I'm making now. So I have these two pockets, and I wanted to show you what I was going to do with those. I'm going to flip through here, because everything else, see, it's covered. Oh, it's going to be so fun to write in that. I mean, that'd just be pretty without anything in it. You know what I'm saying? That would, because, you know, I don't want to decorate a bunch, but, you know, we got to put something, you know, we got to put us a little something in it. Okay, so this is going to be, and I want to put these down before I put anything else down, and it gets, you know, to where it's bulked up like that, because this is thicker cardstock, and it almost feels like a wallpaper. It's got, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's almost like a wallpapery feel. That's what it feels like to me. So I'm going to put this right here on this, and I'm going to glue it in a U shape, and I'll put it down. And I'm using Fabri-Tac for this. And I was noticing when I was putting my lace on my page edges, I want you to look at that right there. My glue bottle on this Fabri-Tac has got holes all the way around it. And I don't know how that happened. Maybe it's just where I was putting pressure on it or whatever. And I said, well, I'm going to switch to using my other one before, you know, I go to gluing something and it just goes all over the place. That would be my luck in the mid-video, and that thing just blow up on me. That would definitely be my luck. Alright, so I'm going to get me a few little glue pads out. And I went on ahead and I got my, these bee journal cards that was on the thinner paper that I got off of Temu. I went ahead and backed it. And I got this paper here that I backed it on. It's, I got it on Amazon as well. So it's like a, what did it say on it? Hold on. It's right here. Let me look at it. I know it's a bunch of crinkling. I am so sorry. Oh, that writing's small. Aged paper is what it says on here. Just aged paper. Vintage looking aged paper. So, and then there's where it came from. Bargain Paradise. And it's aged paper, vintage looking aged paper. And see, it has different, 2 or 3 different shades. I think it's like there's 4 or 5 different kinds here. Oh, that'd be pretty. I don't know how well you can see that. But yeah, and there's a more of a greeny tone. And there's the one we're using. But yeah, that was on Amazon. And then I came across, and I have no clue where I downloaded these from. It's like a newspaper that I printed off, and I downloaded it from Etsy, but I have no clue where I got it from. And I think it's German. I'm pretty sure it's German. I think it is. I'm not positive, but so I printed off a bunch of those to make some pockets and stuff with. Cause in a couple of videos after we get this bee journal dolled up, we're gonna make some ephemera bases and stuff like that. And this looks like, to me, like it's like just a leisure sheet. And I'm not sure what language that is. But yeah, so I just printed front and back so that way when we fold it and flip-flop it. I just thought that was cool. Look, I mean, that would have matched this here. But I just thought that was neat. So that's going to go in my journal background box up here. So anyways, that's where I got that from. And then it just backed that. This was one of those papers that I had. It was like a tea dye from Etsy. And you get those in just about from anybody, to be honest with you. And then I just backed these. I got to cut those apart yet, but I just wanted to get the signature sewn in. Show you how to do that once again, and then get these bits down, because these are the cards that are going to go in this. That's the reason why I was telling you about that. So anyways, flip this over, and all this is I cut it to the size of the page, and it was a 12 by 12 scrapbook piece of paper, and I just cut it down to fit within 1/4 of an inch all the way around the page, and that's what I did. Then I took and got me a 1.5 inch circle punch, and that's how I got my pull hole on it, was the 1.5 inch, and then I just took and rounded those sharp corners. That's what I did. Okay. So, like I said, I wanted to get this in here before it got too big and too bulked up from all the other ephemera pieces that we're going to add to it, because I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to get these to lay in here just right. So I wanted to get that in there, and I'm going to put a little smudge up here so we can put a few extra pieces in that pocket. Alright, and watch this, y'all. Boom. So this is really thin, and I mean real thin scrapbook paper. See? No ripplies. No ripplies where we just glued that down. None at all. Love that with that Fabri-Tac. Works great. Awesome. And none of the papers, see this? None of the papers have ripples on it where we glued their lace down either, y'all. Alright, so now what I'm going to take and do is I'm going to hold this up, and I'm just going to go around this with my ink blender and just dust that back, that white back a little bit, you know. That's all I'm going to do right there. And I could have did that before I put that on there, but, you know, that's okay. I'm just going to go down the edge of it right here and just dust that down. That's all I'm doing. Trying to knock that white back. So, like, if you have to re-ink, because see, my blender tool is pretty much soaked up right now because I've been working on this bee journal, and it started off brand new before we started working on this bee journal. So I can take, and it's got excess in it, and it'll go around and it'll ink blend on there. Now, even with the blendy tools like these, let me see, like these here, the ink blenders, you'll want to dab it in your ink and smack it on a piece of paper or a paper towel, because as soon as you hit it down on there, it's going to be just that circle where you put it. So, and that's with the knockoff ink blenders and the name brand ink blenders. It will be that dark spot where you put it. So when you do that, you want to just dust it off a bit. And that's what you want to do. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go back over here on this side where it is. And I'm just going to go ahead and go around it before I put it down. That's all I'm doing, is putting it down. Just going to put that on there. Knock that white back. See, and it'll be easier to do up against the spine part here, where you can knock that down some. But yeah, if you have to re-ink, you want to have your paper towel or another piece of paper and dot it off, because as soon as you hit it to go, it's going to leave a circle. It just is. Alrighty. So I'm going to take this one, I'm going to put it on this side, and use the journal cards and stick them in that like that. So my trick to work, see, I'm going to glue this here, so I'll take my thumb, put it there, so I'm like, don't glue on this side. Sometimes I forget to do that, and it turns into not such a happy accident. So, and I'm not putting a real thick bead of glue on here because this Fabri-Tac will hold really good. It's just a little thin. So we're going to try to even it up best we can. And I want to kind of get it a little bit more, you know, back towards the signature spine, the spine of the journal, just for the fact that I know most of everything else is going to be, you know, kind of over here. So then when I stick in this, it's not going to impede anything else if I were to put anything on the other side of the page. So I'm going to hold this in the middle. I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to, whoops, not that much. And I'm going to just smush that in a little bit and see how that raises up right there. Give me a little bit of a pucker on it. And I'm going to hold it there for a few seconds. So that way I know I can fill that pocket with as much stuff as I want to, and it's going to handle it. So you just put it down, you just squeeze it in. So you'll put it down and you'll move your fingers just barely, and it'll put a pucker on it. So see, like you have a pucker on that page where you can put your stuff in. That way your pocket will hold a bunch. Alrighty, so those two pockets are down. And like I said, I still got to cut these journal cards and a few tags out, but I wanted to go on ahead and get that in there before I started doing anything else to it. Alright, so that's one ephemera piece for front side and one for the back side. So what I try to do is I try to do 5 or 6 is what I really try to get in there. Okay. So we're going to have an ephemera pocket here, about this much right here. So I really don't want to put nothing too close to that. What do we think we want to do, y'all? This is my ephemera pocket and tag. It goes in the back. Let's just pull our stuff out and see what we got going on. Tag, 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 tag and tag, journal card, Ah, here we go. These, I'm going to use these as tuck spots because it is on a thinner cardstock, and I put that bling on them, and it's going to be hard to write on them. So I am going to use those. These are journal cards and tags, journal cards and tags. Look at the scraps in that. Knucklehead, throw them out, throw them out. Tags, tags. Now these little scraps I could use, glue them together and use for a pull on something. So I'm going to hang on to those semicircles. That would be good for that. Alright, tucks. I may wind up using these as tuck spots as well, because I got quite a bit of tags and journal cards. So we'll put them as a maybe for a tuck spot type situation. Now look, see, there's another little semicircle. That'd be a good little pull on something. And here's my pockets for the front and the back for my big old ephemera holders. We'll put them on too. And there's the ephemera holder for the front pocket, and there's the one for the back pocket. And I haven't got anything in yet because, like I said, we're going, whatever we don't put in this journal to decorate, we're going to load these suckers up with it. And we're going to put them in there. Alright, tag, get back in there. Alright, we'll throw that to the side because that goes with that. Put you there. I probably should have got this a little more organized, but I didn't want to have all that on my desk and trying to sew that signature in and just flinging stuff every which way, you know. Alright, so tuckets, tuckets, tuckets. Here's some pockets. Big ones, big pockets. There's some more tags. Some more tags, and we'll use that as a journal card. I'll use these too because they kind of matchy. We'll use them as tuck spots. And y'all, please don't laugh at me. I had no clue about how I was going to get these little coin pocket thingamabobs fixed, because I got it in there and I was like, well, I thought it was going to flip over, you know, on the inside and be self-closing. will know. So, and then I glued this one wrong, apparently. So this one is glued right. So this is supposed to flip up on the outside of it. And so what I did is I had a little scrap piece of rose foil paper laying over here on my desk. So I just punched a little flower out. And then I just tuck and made a tuck. And did I glue it to it? I bet you I did. No, I didn't. Don't tell me I did. Oh, I almost did. Look, yonder, I about sure did. Yeah, that'll be all right. Okay. And so what I was thinking is like you could bend it and put it back in there like that. And you could use that. So that's going to be my little closure on that. Sure enough is. So I did these two like that. Let me check that and make sure it's not glued. Oh, thank goodness. So I did that, and I can use these as 4 tuck spots as well if I wanted to, but I really don't want to. But I think, oh, shut up, that would be prettier as a tuck spot with a big old tag. One of these big old thingy bobs here. Put that behind it. Put one of these here journal card thingies in it. Give me that. Once I get it cut out. Shut your face. Look at that. Okay, so now we're trying to get a visual effect here. Just don't pay attention to the non-cut off white part. So we're going to put that behind it with this page here, with that little bee, with that little journal card bit right there with that bee. Yes. I think I got some more of these. Yeah, I do. Look here. See? There's my extra little flower bit. Oh, look at that. Now, see, look. What I can do is not use it as that way. And I can fold this around if I would like and probably cut this off. Cut this here. Let me see what I can come up with right quick like. Anyways, I'm going to score this one and glue that to it. And then this will be cut off and make that a tuck spot. Maybe. I don't know. That looks a little tacky. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But that, I think that would be pretty. I really do. Something like that. Anyways. Alright. Quit going down squirrel holes and doing nothingness. Get out of the way. Okay, so on this one here, this is why I said don't laugh at me. So I was like, okay, so now how am I going to get this thing closed? So I just took, and my eyelets, all of my eyelets are small. They are like the little bitty ones. So I said, well, that's not going to work either, because I was going to poke an eyelet here and then do a bratty thing here. No, it didn't work. So I just left the hole here, tied the string on it with a knot, and I said, you can take and wrap it around it 2 times like that, and then your little end, take and push it in the hole right there, and pull it down like that, and see, and this little bit curls up anyways. You see what I'm saying? Just so you know, it has a closure on it. I think that's cute. Probably not, but I like it. And I was thinking maybe you could do, you know, kind of like an X on the front like that. But, you know, you do what you want to do with it, but that's what I was thinking. Hopefully I think that'll be okay. Get it away from me. Just get it away from me. Alright, so now see, once again, we could do this. Ooh, that's going to be pretty with this. That lace and that. Yep, so I'll put that one there. I'm going to put a few pieces down, a couple, like 2 or 3 in the front, 2 or 3 in the back. Ooh, I got too much glue on there. And then I'm going to finish it off camera, and I'll do a walkthrough and post it up. Okay, so I want to try to go as far to the corner as I can without hindering up anything. And then I'm going to stick it down, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pucker them sides in so I can feel it fat pocket. Fat little tuck spot. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to hold it there and let it dry. Well, that one wants to keep sliding back on me. Grab a hold, buddy. Grab a hold. I got some more stuff to put down. Alright, so we're going to do that with that. Make sure that they ain't got no sticky coming out of it. Because as soon as I turn the page, it's going to glue it to it. Alright, I'm going to put the bone folder on this side. And I'm going to get the little ruler for the other side so I know where I'm at. Okay, that is the last page on this side. Here we go. Yes, ma'am. Oh, look at that. I'm a knucklehead. I fixed both of them where they're tucks on the same side. You see that, y'all? I sure did. I sure did fix them where they're tuck spots on the same side. Look at that. Because it was supposed to be one this away and one that away. That's what it was supposed to be. Yeah. Dang it. And see, that's going to have to go over here just because the way that's facing. It sure enough is. Well, well, well. Flag net it. Well, that just burns you up. Well, I guess I could use that over here as a tuck spot, can't I? I guess I will, to have it, you know, kind of matchy-matchy. And I'll just put this on this side with a little journal card. Let's see, how many of these I got? Nope, look. Because I don't have, these aren't even, so I could put that there. I think what I'm going to do is take this piece off and glue it in an L here and here for the gusseted. And I'm going to cut this strip off. That's what I'm going to do. Then we can have us a free pocket. We can have us a free, therefore, and when I say free, I'm talking about free where it will be non-hindering of the size of ephemera that you want to put in it. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to take, where I cut that wing off, I'm going to take this and ink it right back up to knock that white off of it. And see, this is why I say, you know, if you really truly film a process video for picking the papers, printing the papers, you know, front and back, picking the lace, picking the ribbon, fixing the journal cover inside and out, you know, scoring all the bits, inking everything. I mean, you're going to film, if you shoot an hour video, you're going to do it for a good almost 2, maybe even, excuse me, maybe even 3 weeks, depending on how much bits and bobs and stuff you put in one. So, you know, if I do something that I did not show on camera, I try my best to show, you know, because I sit down and craft after I get off of work and on my weekends. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing today. I'm just going to film it and get you know, and show them. Maybe I have a few little ideas for them. But see, I need to cut that. I need to cut that down, don't I? I was like, maybe I'll have some good ideas for them, you know, and that's what I do. You know, just whatever I'm working on at the point in time is what I'm going to sit down and craft on. And so, you know, I don't really label my stuff as a process, so-called start to finish type situations. But that's what it turns out being. Alright, so then I'm just going to take and I'm going to angle this back up to that. So it won't, so it'll be a good gusseted. And when I say gusseted, that means it's going to glue to the paper like this, and seeing you have room in there to fill it, and it's going to hold it. So now let's re-ink around that. Because, you know, I done flipped up and changed the script again. Because, you know, I messed up and didn't place my beef facing the right way. But, you know, it's all right. It's all good. See? It's a good thing I didn't have even numbers of these, or I would have been in trouble. So then what I'll do is I'll take and put this and this like so. Yep. And then I have these little gusseted pockets here, and I made some little tags, just a scrap piece of paper. And you know how like they'll take that folded up piece of paper and cut it to a tag shape? Well, that's what I did, and just did some little flips. So you can have a little secret spot in there, you know, to go in these little skinny pockets here, the little blinged up ones. And I was thinking about putting them on a page like this. Like maybe gluing them down like that on a page. Not on this particular page, but gluing them down like that on a page. And then you just have, you know, your little tucky spots like that. I don't know, but I want to put them on different sides. I don't know. It may be on a decorative page like that where it's not going to take much away from it. You know what I'm saying? Okie dokie. Quit yapping and do something, lady, because now I've done irritated myself because I messed that up. But that's okay. Alright, so we're going to put it like this. I'm going to glue this side here down. It's close to the lace in the bottom of the page. And get it done and shut up. And then we can put us, you know, pretty much any size tags or journal cards that we want in there now, see? And that's what I mean by it's a free-sided one. So then that way, it's still gusseted, so it's going to have, you know, it's going to hold the little bulk of whatever you put in it. But it's got a free side where, you know, you can just slide just whatever you want to, just right on in there, see? Yes, ma'am. You can slide it, you know, a shorter journal card in there like that. You can take and put you, and I've got some bigger ones. You can take and put you a big one in here like this, which that's a pocket, but you know, you get what I'm saying. So there we go. That's what we're going to do there. So that gives me an idea for these pages here, which, you know, like I said, I know a lot of people are like, well, you're using the same stuff over and over again. Yeah, but I'm using them different ways, see? You know, because like I said, I cut those papers down. I cut this 12 by 12 page down to make the pockets because it had the bees on it. Well, whatever bee strip was over here, I turned it into a tag. And then I took and cut this down because it was a good thick piece of cardstock. Whatever, and I've made a few journal cards out of that. So then I do still have, you know, pretty much, you know, what is that? A 7 by 8.5 piece of both of them still left that I could make a big old fat tag to put in there in that free tuck spot right there. I sure could. See, that's what I'm saying. You can make it as big as you want. And then you can write all over the back of that. And I got some papers to do that with too as well. Alrighty. So yes, that's what we're doing there. And I'm just going to leave that. Alright. Flip it. See, I irritated myself because I messed that up. But that's okay. It's alright. We'll do something else. Quit looking at journal cards and stuff. Okay, so now let's see. It's 1 and 2 on either side. Alright, so see where this is not really quite decorative. So instead of putting it on a writing page, see, this was pretty decorative, and I didn't want to cover this up. You know what I'm saying? And you can still write around that. I think that would be cute. And then, but I put a tuck spot here So on this side, I'm not covering that up because it's lined. But over here, where it's really not technically bees, then I can take and I can put me a little blinged out tuck spot here. You know, just because. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Just put a little blinged out tuck spot there. And this is also a gusset, what is known as a gusseted pocket. So you can put more than one tag in it as well. See, this is why I wanted to do those full page pockets in the front and the middle, because I knew good and well I had some pockets that had some bling bling on them, and I had some tuck spots that was going to be just poofing this journal up. So now see, I'll take my little, so I took the tag, and you know, you've seen this where they fold a piece of paper in half, cut it in tag shape, but really it was too tall for what I wanted it to be. Well, now, so it stuck way up here, and I was like, well, it kind of looks awkward, don't it? So I just took and folded up the inside of it. I thought about making it a pocket, but I didn't want to, you know, just keep on adding tags and tags and tags, and then so you can write on that and fold it up and write on it. I think that's cute. So I'm going to put this one in here. Alright, so what's hindering my lay down here? Well, it's just the fold of the paper. So we'll put that in there. And I have these cute little yellow tags that I thought about going in there like that. And so see, then when you pull this out, you got a little secret little piece of paper in there to journal on. And everybody thinks, oh, that's a cute little tag. And they won't even know there's a piece of paper behind it. You will though. Alright, so that's what I want to do there. Alright, so that is what, pretty much the next page over. See, now see, this one is prettied up on this side, so I don't want to put anything on that side. So what I'll do is I'll flip the page over, and that one's got stuff on it. I don't want to put nothing on it, so I'll just put it right here in the corner. And that'll be cute right there in the corner. You can write all the way around it, and you can have that little paper tag in there, and you can have another little pretty tag in there, and have a hidden piece of paper behind it, and nobody's going to know the wiser. I think that's going to be cute. And I don't know if somebody has actually done this little folded. I know they've done the folded paper in half and cut it in a tag shape. I know I've seen that quite a bit on several different channels. So I couldn't really tell you where I actually saw it first at, but I've seen it on several channels. But I don't know if they've done the little folded up bit on the inside like that. And I do have some pretty little scraps. Like I thought about taking and cutting this and sticking it in there. And I still might do that. I probably will. But see, then you would need a piece. But I like the fact that you can just fold it out and continue writing. And it's hid. And nobody's going to know it's there. You know, I like that. Okay, I need a little... I need you to be able to go down in here. I got this little thing off of Tamu as well. And I really don't. I think it's a tear. I thought it was a tear roller, but I think you can actually use it to in a die cut machine. To be honest, so I got it for a tear roller, just tear paper with. That's what I got it to use for. See, so I'll put that in there. And, oh, you're going to be, oh, it's going to be tight. Oh, we got you in there. You're going in there, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh, yes. See? Look at that. Ain't that sweet? And that does kind of match that, too. Well, that little mishap worked out good, didn't it? That looks good there. So, yeah, so see, you got your little hid piece of paper back there. Nobody's going to know it. Nobody's going to know it. Yeah, that is quite tight. I thought it might be, but I think it's going to work. Yep, that's going to work. Alrighty, so that side there's done. And this blingy side here is done. I did trim that one up. I did remember. I forgot. But see, look, that just hides in there, don't it? I don't know. I don't know why I'm so tickled with that, but I am. I was like, oh, it's a little scrap. It'll fit in that. That's why, pretty much. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3 on each side now. Let's see. And see, like this, nothing down here worth, you know, really looking at, to be honest. So, and then that says hive syrup. So that's gonna put a hinder on that. You'd have to put it on a page on this side, wouldn't you? Sure would. Or you'd have to put it on a page that did not have lace on it. Alright, so we'll wait on that one. I got that. Alright, let's do this. Where did it go? And see, these sides are actually supposed to be over here, but, you know, this, it doesn't really matter to me, front or back. Most of the time, generally, all of them go over here, but see, all the pretty, that's all the writing spot. And then when you write on it, you just pull that tab out of there. But now, see, I want to take this and put it on this page as a tuck spot. I think that's going to be pretty, because this is writing spot. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take and I'm going to glue here, so you can slide in the top, and I'm going to glue around here pretty good on the side and the bottom, just so you can have a good sturdy tuck spot. So I'm going to take right below the neck of the mason jar, and I'm going to do probably 1/8 of an inch up from the bottom, and about 1/8 of an inch on the side, just so, because this is not 110-pound cardstock, and I want to make sure that hangs on to the paper. So whatever you decide that you want to tuck in behind it, that it's not going to rip it out. That's the only reason why I did as much glue on that. And like I said, most of the time you would come this way, but I didn't want to take up writing spot. Alright, so on that, so see, you would take and put you a journal card in this way right here, and you just have plenty of room. That actually looks good there. So, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to do one on the back side. And then I think I'm going to let you guys go for today. What time is it? Ooh, wait, 54 minutes. I'm so sorry, y'all. Alright, so we're going to flip over to the back, find our spot, and where was it? That one. I think that's the one it was on. Yep, that side. So well, I don't like that one from that. Not kind of. just need to match and go in the same spot. See, because you can kind of write on this here, and you can write up here, and this is a line paper, and I don't, whatever, just put it down and shut up. That's what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to put it down and shut my mouth. So that's what we're doing. Alright, and where I got a little bit extra glue there, I'm just going to take and run it right up to the side of that lace and stick it down. Be a good little tuck spot. Alright, I'm going to wipe my glue off. I'm going to go on ahead and tell y'all bye, and I appreciate y'all for watching. And I hope you enjoyed watching me work on this, and cheer me along. I do greatly appreciate it. For all my viewers who has subscribed, and everyone who has commented and been so nice to me in the comments, I greatly appreciate it. I hope I have taught you something about, you know, being able to sew your journal signature in. It gave you a little bit of helpful tips. If I can get the words out. A little bit of helpful tips today. So, with that being said, y'all enjoy crafting, enjoy your family, enjoy yourself, and y'all have a good evening. And come back, and we'll get this stuff done off camera, and I'll film a walkthrough for you and put it up. All right, thanks guys. Y'all have a good evening.